Okay, good day. My name is Isaac and I'm from 9 Point Academy. And then I'm bringing to you something special this uh, evening. Yes, it is about reading effectively, which has been a major challenge of many students that write IELTS. Okay, so if you've written IELTS reading multiple times and you are stranded or you're about to read, there are things you need to do effectively. And one of them is the ability to read effectively. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to read effectively. Yes. And then we've applied this strategy and we keep developing them. Then we've been having 8.0 and above in IELTS reading, even with those with some reading challenges due to background education. Okay, so I will be sharing my slide now, okay, on what to do. But this is my slide and it is effective reading strategy. Yes. Okay, so in our class, we do three things. That is, we put students through before they are set for exam. Number one is strategy for reading. Number two is strategy for picking answer, and then question types and peculiarities. But for this moment, I'll be staying only on the strategy for reading. And you can see we have three components on the strategy for reading. Yes, but I want you to take you through the main idea of sentences, the main idea of paragraph, let me say paragraphs, then keywords. Okay, so I'll be narrowing it down to main idea of sentences and then the main idea of paragraphs. And you will see why I am doing that idea of paragraphs. Okay, so now for you to pick your main idea of sentence, okay, there is an entity that is the center of discussion. Yes, that's the way you approach your writing. There is an entity that is the center of discussion. Okay, there is an action by the entity or towards that entity. So you need to first of all pick that entity, whatever paragraph you get to. Okay, so first in the sentence, sorry. So let us see in the first sentence of this paragraph. Let's see what happens. I want to color code it so that you can be sure. It says Ife perched at the edge of Nigeria's forests is thought to have come to prominence. What is the main entity being talked about here and constantly referred to? The entity is Ife. You can see. So if you pick the entity here, this will allow you to read properly. So what is this saying about Ife? Perched at the edge of Nigeria's forest is giving us the location of Ife. And what is this saying? Is thought to have come to prominence through how it came to prominence. If you want to get into how it came to prominence, under exam condition, you are getting what that sentence is talking about. Okay, came to prominence through control of local products, including ivory, gold, pepper. Most students get distracted by trying to want to know or memorize the information that follow. You can't memorize under IELTS. The basic thing is you read the sentence and within 10 seconds, 5 seconds, you've understood the sentence. Everything the sentence is talking about is Ife location and then how it came to prominence, or you can say what is responsible for its prominence. Okay, now let's go to the second sentence. By AD 1300, its world capital was at the peak of its wealth. What is it talking about now? Ife. Okay, peak of wealth. You can see that it is talking about Ife, its wealth with many shrines. You can see that other things that follow are doing what? They are trying to describe that wealth. Look at it. With many shrines featuring elaborate pavements made of poetry, rich of blah, blah, blah. You can see peak of Ife's wealth. You can add to it description. Yeah, because the thing is that it was describing. So if you have seen some teachers telling you you need to scheme. This is what they mean by scan and scheme. That is, you need to understand the major thing that sentence was talking about. This thing is very easy. It might be hard at first. Okay, but as you master it, then you might be asking, how is it possible for me to have a grasp of all the information? You should remember that there is something I deleted, which is keywords. There's a way we teach our students to go about keywords, not memorize, take note, but we will come to that. The first thing is to have an idea that, okay, if a location came to prominence, if a became wealthy. I want you to note something in the first two sentences. It is talking about location of Ife and prominence. It is talking about peak of its wealth. The, the two sentences look alike when you look at prominence and wealth. Peak, prominence. So you can see that I normally say the main idea of a paragraph, is normally in the first two sentences. So main idea of paragraph is often in the first two sentences. So you can see what is happening now through the issue of main idea. Okay, so you can, because most of the time, the main idea of the first sentence is often the main idea of the whole paragraph. So you see now, let me color code each sentence so that you can know where we've gotten to. Okay. Okay, many of these survived. What survived? If you look back, it mentioned them, these things. This description of his wealth survived. Okay, you can add that as a short sentence. So I'm putting it in another, because if it mentioned this, that's a pronoun representation of what it has mentioned before. Subsistence farming, subsistence for the large elite and artisan population appear to have been based. Sustenance is the issue now for the large elite and artisan population. Elite, artisan population, okay, appear to be based upon. So this is the means of what? Subsistence means livelihood or means of living of large elite artisans population have been based upon what? Livestock, small livestock, and cultivation of vegetable. So you can see, for me now, I would just say means of livelihood. You can decide to highlight them. So there are, please take note of this one, is not there. I will color code the main idea so that you will know that it doesn't take long before you get what the main idea is all about. Now, what is it? Means of livelihood. Around 19 AD 1500, the city declined of Ife. So it is talking about decline of Ife, and the region's center of power shifted to Benin. Decline, shift of power. Decline, shift, okay, of power, okay, and then to Benin without appreciable break in cultural tradition. Let me say tradition remain. So you can see that the whole paragraph has been broken down into 4 straight short phrases. Yes. So it is talking about the how effect came to prominence. You can see that the whole paragraph is all about the prominence of Ife. So you can see this sentence, its wealth, the means of livelihood for the people, then the decline, the shift in power, and the fact that the tradition remain. So when you are reading, if you read this way, you are able to skim through the whole sentence, through the whole paragraph in like 30 seconds to 1 minute maximum. Okay, if you start practicing, you might not get used to, you might need to get used to this method. You need it badly if you do not have a magnetic brain and you want to read effectively. So let me do another paragraph. In subsequent videos, I'll be doing the one that has to do with how to pay attention or how to still have a handle on those key information that you don't want to lose. And one thing you must remember is after each paragraph, go to the question. Don't finish. I will not be treating the question this time around. I only want you to go and practice this and then check the question. Let me just flip to one of the questions. The state of Ife adjourned the dash in Nigeria. This is the place that is talking about the location. So it's just for you to go and check which one fits, but that's not the point of this reading, is to read effectively. Look at this paragraph now. This is another paragraph filled or laden with too many information, and I would like you to just be with me on this. Okay, I'm trying to click on the column where I want to write, so it's taking me some time, but now I've gotten it. So the thing here is that look at this. It says, although French, German, American, and British pioneers have been credited with invention of cinema, the British and the German played relatively small role in its worldwide exploitation. What is the main issue? They were mentioning the name of country. What you need to do is say countries. Okay, that pioneered cinema, because you do not need to start memorizing those names. Countries that pioneered cinemas. Okay, so that's the first sentence. So, and it's if you want to divide it into countries pioneered, those that played small role, you can see, and their role. So in the second one, it says, because it was above all the French, followed who were most passionate exporter of new invention. Okay, passionate exporter. Okay, you can write countries. You can see, and helping to start cinema. Started cinema in other countries. Can you see? That's what the old passage, this sentence is all about. Now look at the first two sentences. You can see country that pioneered cinema, passionate exporter, country that started cinema in other countries. Started, pioneered. So they started in their own, started in other. So you can see that the main idea of this paragraph now is country that pioneered cinema. There can be other breakdown or subdivisions or further explanation. That's the main idea of the first sentence. That's the main idea of the first paragraph. Let me tell you, 95% of the time, the first sentence of a paragraph carries the main idea of the paragraph. So it helps you to understand if a question is asked, which paragraph to go look for the question. Okay, look at this. What's the third sentence now? Let me color code the sentence so that if you are having a rewatch, you can follow. You can see that these sentences are cumbersome and filled with a lot of information. Ability to avoid that information and pick the key things. Because if you need the name of the country, if there is a specific mention, you can return to the question to check. Okay, in terms of artistic development, it was French and America who led in the year before the first one. Italy and Denmark and Russia played a part. Countries. Okay. Responsible for artistic development. You can see you don't need to memorize those things. Countries that pioneered cinema, countries that exported or passionate exporter, and countries that are responsible for the artistic development. You can see that if you practice this, under 30 seconds, you have picked the main thing of the paragraph. So in the next video, I'll be showing you how to still maintain, stay in touch with those keywords so that you don't forget them. But mind you, one information, after every paragraph, check the questions. Okay, so thank you for joining me this time around on the strategy for reading. Please, if you practice this method, you will discover that reading will become easier for you. And then you can join any of our classes, physical or online. So by calling the number on the screen, and then you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep getting information on IELTS and follow us on different social media handles. So thank you so much. My name is Isaac. Watch out for the next video about using the keywords. And after that, I will teach you now. I will now show some of these questions, and then you will see how easy it is to answer those questions. If you have those questions with you, you can just check them with the method I used. Just Google search the question. Yes, you will check and you will easily get answers to any paragraph I have treated. So thank you.